Hey, Gutfoxx here. So it is the tech test day. You can download it now on PlayStation. All you do is go to the store, go to MLB The Show 22, and then click on the dots, then click technical test. I guess I can show that off. It's not that hard to do once you end up searching for that. Like, let's see, how can I do it without closing the game? Because I want to show something out. But let's go. It's store. These dots right here, when you click on the store, are what you do, right? Those are the kind of dots that I'm talking about. So just go to the store. It's pretty simple, based off what I explained it. But anyways, you download the technical test, and I want to show through like the hidden features that they might not be aware of in the technical test and changes in 22. Now the servers are not online right now, so we'll talk more about the 2v2, 3v3 later when they do go up. But let's talk about it, practice mode, what's in the game, what's changed for what you can find. This is very similar. Batting, pitching, fielding. Team practice is something that I don't recall from last year. I don't know if this is new, but basically you can set up different things. I never really used this, so this is something that I don't know. I'm not going to put it in one of my top 5, or maybe I'll put it at number 1, but number 5 or 2, or the other one's going to be a bigger deal than this. Anyways, you can kind of like do different situations. Hitters, pitchers, defense, offense, whatever you want to do. Team practice style. But generally, if you want to do this, you're generally practicing batting, okay? Fielding, you can practice too if you're a very new person at the game. Fielding's pretty easy. There's not a large skill gap. We can kind of get to that in a second. But fielding, all this stuff, it's great, right? Game controls, nothing's here changed at all in the game controls. Went through that. The options, gameplay, we get it up to, hitting difficulty, legend. So I do want to talk about this, though. I was going through these things, and I was like, anchor dots, anchor. Wait, that's new. So this is like, the biggest new change in the game, in my opinion, is this anchor system. So you see these dots in the middle right here? Do you see these dots? Okay. So basically where you anchor it is where your PCI is going to say I want to anchor it to the middle. Do you see that PCI starts off in the middle? Okay. And middle in. Otherwise I can anchor it up and in. Do you see how it's not centered? It's just anchored there. And so like that's where you can kind of like, because I think MLB The Show has seen a lot of people be like start their PCIs high like Healy, inside like people that are going against a lot of flamethrowers. Otherwise, you can just hit L3 and bring it back to the center and start like you've always done it. Are we early on this stuff? What's going on? Yeah, we're a little too early on fastball. I haven't seen any sliders, so I haven't been able to juice up the speed on the difficulty here. But anyways, that is a hidden feature. I think it's a huge thing. Right now, like if I'm righty, I think I kind of like this middle or up and middle type of thing. I think righty lefty, I'm fine kind of keeping it center maybe. When against, I kind of like this, and then I can kind of adjust. I put Chapman only throwing fastballs here, but anyways, I don't mind it lefty righty. But otherwise, if I'm facing righty, I don't mind it, especially if they're a hard thrower or anything like that. That you can maybe start inside and kind of just react to away pitches, low pitches, up and in. Wait for the fastball so that way you don't get out cheesed. But like I'm still a little early on the up and in fastball, so it's gonna take some adjustment to be and start your PCI depending on where you want it. Otherwise, that's my probably biggest change. All right, the other ones. Do you see him? Okay, I want you to look at the yellow starfighter icon on the screen right now. Do you see that this yellow thing that I'm moving around? The PCI, right? Okay. Watch the PCI size as I leave the strike zone, right? Take a look at it. It shrinks. So this year, if you hit a ball outside the strike zone, if you do that, maybe we should get a pitcher that's in the windup or something. Let's go to who's a good windup guy. I just did a lefty there. I'd say Cole's in the windup. All right. So do you see how I leave and no, god dang it. Cole's not in the windup either. That's probably for the best, actually. Yeah, I think they do that for practice mode to make it faster. But anyways, do you see how the PCI goes from big in the strike zone to when I leave it goes smaller? That means it's going to be harder to hit. They're taking away attributes from you if you swing at a ball out of the zone. I think that's a great change personally. Okay? So that's huge. That's like a big change for MLB The Show 22. Just that alone. We'll see if they end up taking away power. But right now we know they're taking away contact by being out of there just because the PCI is shrinking. All right, another one. Let's switch this to pitching. We'll be Ohtani, enable batter, Judge. Let's just do no for now. All right, start practice. All right. Look at Ohtani's. Look at the par. Look at that circle around his slider right there. Low. And then do you see how when I raise it up, it gets bigger? Basically, what they're telling us is these off-speed pitches low in the zone are going to be more accurate than the ones high in the zone, okay? So something that, like, you know, a lot of people were doing this, right? They were kind of like throwing a lot of up and in sliders, something that just wouldn't fly, or it would fly in the major leagues. See, whereas fastballs here, basically the same size, it looks like, throughout the zone, because fastballs can be painted anywhere. Whereas the splitters, here's this one, even bigger up top. Kind of cool, right? It's almost not nearly, but almost the same size. But down here, do you see there's a lot of space there? I'm used to, I wasn't able to find the download on Xbox. I only found it on PlayStation, so I'm not used to the PlayStation as much. You guys are like, what the heck? You're missing all your passes, your pitches. I also don't have my my little Extendo-matics on this controller, so we're messing up. Anyways, that is pretty big deal. Like that is absolutely game changing. We go from the curveball being a little bit inside it up down here. Now the curveball up here, and it's hitting both edges of it at once. So it's not like you still can't throw it up here. You're just going to be very inaccurate, it looks like, up top. Obviously, if you're still perfect, you'll be you know, better off for going 100% perfect accuracy and still get pretty close to where you want it, even though I'm screwing them all up. So those are huge changes gameplay wise. So upper zone off speed and hits outside the box, right, for balls are nerfed, and I think that's a good thing. Obviously, we'll take a look at sinkers too. Who's got a decent sinker on the Yankees here? All right, we got Montgomery. Let's take a look at what sinkers look like. We'll just take a look at sinkers inside for Montgomery. I don't think he's got like the best sinker ever. Oh no, that's outside. I forgot Montgomery's a lefty there for a second. I didn't even look at that. Discard, practice type, batting. Do I have a righty with a sinker here? Yeah. And then we'll do inside sinkers against a righty. So we can par it up in here and then take a look. We still do have that arm side action on the sinker, which, you know, should be good. And it sinks down and in. Yeah, I think sinkers look pretty good. It's sinking quite a bit down and in, which is where it should be sinking. Hopefully we can throw one up in the zone here soon. Yeah, that sinker looks really nice. Let me go on the mound. Actually, no. Yeah, practice type, pitching. Pitcher. Aaron Loop, batter. Gallo. We'll go lefty. Sinker down and in. That's the PCI. Oh yeah. Look, it also gets much more. So the sinker isn't treated nearly like the fastball. Even though it's a fastball variant, you throw it up and it's going to be, wow. It does look like a lot of that is similar. A lot of the pitching motion, obviously the perfect, you can still do that. Sinker. Wow, I'm really messing up my pitches. I think it's because maybe it's a high difficulty on pitching. Yeah. Sinker looks pretty effective still. It'll probably be one of the most meta pitches in the game with the arm side run. That looks beautiful. Let's take a look at this cutter. Now, obviously, it's just this pitcher's cutter or sinker. Cutter, up. It looks like cutter can go anywhere in the zone. It's just the sinker for balance reasons. Yeah, that looks nice. I don't know if I like this hitting view right now. I might switch my hitting view this year. Seems weird. Might go to strike zone, something else. But anyways, those are the tips. Definitely go. I would recommend going and practice mode at least before the servers are up. In the technical test, we obviously see the co-op mode, Diamond Dynasty, not quite active yet though, since the servers aren't live. But we'll talk about that when it goes. They're gonna have, like I said, their scheduled instructions on later. But yeah, huge changes for MLB The Show 22. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like, subscribe, let me know what you guys are feeling so far, hitting and pitching, and then when it goes live, everything else. Thanks for watching Call to Action. I will see you tomorrow.